So what is constructor in Java? See, constructor ideally a block which is used to allocate memory. Okay, that is used to allocate memory, we can say. So how constructor is declared? Constructor is ideally class name, then bracket. So this is a default constructor. If you want to provide any parameter in that, so parameter will be provided by this way, class name and then your parameter. So how ideally constructor will be declared? For that purpose, let me create a class with a package test constructor form dot java dot test constructor. And let me create a class test C1s. So this is our class. Okay. And that class has a class name. So constructor ideally the method with same class name. We can say constructor is the method with same class name. Okay, and does not have a return type. Remember that does not have any return type. So it means we are going to create a constructor which does not have any return type. So how we can create? So ideally, let me create this as a main class, and outside this, let me create a class test. So what is the constructor? Public test. This will be the constructor. And let me print this out. Hi from constructor. Constructor. Okay. So that you can see this is the class and this is the method with the same class type. So it means if I'm going to allocate memory to this class, so constructor will be called. Now let me create memory, allocate memory. New is the keyword which is used to allocate memory. Now this block is same as this. So if I'm going to run this code, then we got the output. It means constructor is initiated. This now what happened when we ideally programming works in that way. So when we call this, so that will directly jump to this block. Okay. And your constructor will be initiated. So it means ideally we don't require this left section, of course. So if I'll remove this, now this is also the way to declare the constructor, to call the constructor ID. Now we'll got this hi from constructor. And see, Eclipse has a benefit. What is that benefit? Let me copy this line. Let me remove this block. And now when we press Control space, that gives you the suggestion constructor. So you simply need to do double click and then you'll get the constructor. Let me paste the code. So this is the same block. Now this is default constructor. And if you want a parameterized constructor, so what you can do, let me copy or let me write a new public test. Now this is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to overload the constructor. So let me type integer a comma integer b. So I got two parameter. And let me print this out. Addition equals to plus bracket a plus b. Now, when I'm going to call this, that will provide me addition of a and b. So the same approach you can use. New test semicolon and let me pass 12 comma 13. And when we are going to run this, first it will call this block. Second, it will call this block. Now let me run this. So we are getting first hi from constructor and then addition equals to 25. And that is known as constructor overload. And see, if we want to provide any parameter, so let me put void. So we are getting a yellow symbol. What is that? See what it's saying? Change to constructor. So it should be changed to constructor because constructor does not have any return type. So this is about the constructor and every class, all the class of Java, all class have a predefined constructor which we are using. Okay, constructor like we are using scanner class. So scanner have multiple constructor. Okay, so from where we can check that? So if I'll go with scanner, for example, if I want to pass those with a parameter, so let me go with scanner equals to new scanner, right? Then this scanner is a constructor because that is the again the with same class name. Okay, and let me open this. So you can find scanner has the multiple constructor which are defined in dot class. So let me go down. So when I'll scroll down, this is private scanner which has something. Now private is public scanner, so that has something. This is again the public scanner which has something. So multiple scanner we'll have. And what you can do, you can simply check that on command prompt as well. Like if you have command prompt in your system, so you can check that. But for that purpose, Java must be installed and path should be set. So let me open command prompt and I have Java in my D drive, Java, and the command is Java P space Java dot util dot scanner. There you will find all the methods of scanner class with the constructor. This constructor with the type public, you can see this constructor, multiple constructor, and even all the methods, what types of methods they have. We are using dot next int multiple times for the input. Okay, this next and next long. So they all are defined inside the class body. So these all are the inbuilt classes. As we created this class, so that class also have a constructor. Right. So constructor is ideally used to allocate memory, and that will call when we'll create the object. See, there, what is the benefit? The what we can say that memory garbage collector will call automatically in that case if we are going to write this line. Let me provide value sys out enter numbers. And instead of declaring that, we can directly type scanner dot next int. It will read automatically from the above block that they all are integer type. Now let me run this. Enter number. So I'll just go with 12, 14. We'll go 26 as well. And we can also declare like in that way test t equals to new test. So that will also work. But at this point of time, t is of no use. Okay, we are not going to use t. So it is also suggestible if you only want to call the constructor, you can use this that way. So this is all about the constructor in Java.